Hi, I'm Daniel, founder of Pretty Litter. Cats and cat owners deserve better than any old-fashioned litter. That's why I teamed up with scientists and veterinarians to create Pretty Litter. Its innovative crystal formula has superior odor control and weighs up to 80% less than clay litter. Pretty Litter even monitors health by changing colors to help detect early signs of potential illness. It's the world's smartest kitty litter.
Go to prettylitter.com and use code SPOTIFY for 20% off your first order and a free cat toy. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, so here's the thing. I'm going to try to do this episode without coming off as disrespectful. You know, I feel like my mouth, they can get me in, well, not so much as get me into trouble, but I feel like at times I'll say some stuff that it's like, I'm more so speaking out of anger. You know, it's just something where I'm like, I've played a lot of different video games where it comes off as that developers don't care. And if I feel that way, I'm like, fam, I'm going to say some things that developers and, you know, people might not like. So forgive me, I guess, if I do say some stuff that are disrespectful. But at the same time, for a video game that's been out, how long? I gotta check again, because it's not like it's only been out for a couple of years or something. How long has Star Citizen been in development, been in alpha, been out? The launch of the game was originally anticipated for 2014, but repeatedly got delayed in 2013. So when did the game fully come out? That's what I would like to know. Saying the same... including campaign, but is now intended as a standalone. That ain't answering my question. Gameplay. The game was announced via Crowd 2012. Pre-20 starts and anticipated, but is delayed. 2013, 2015 continues to receive. So when did the game come out? They don't even know when the game had came out. It just randomly came out one day. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, what's this Squadron 42? It's a single player. I might have to play that, because I'm saying it's like if it's anything like is this game even out? I don't even think this game is out. It's like they just out here working on games. I'm like, bro, here's the thing. Now I don't even know what this is, but it's like I got an email, I think something related to the game. But here's the thing. I feel that Star Citizen is a good idea, but as far as it comes as it being a good game, I really can't give you guys an explanation on what I experienced when I bought the game and tried to play it. So anyways, I was watching videos prior before, so yeah, just getting straight into it. So I was watching videos prior before I got this game, because I noticed that the game wasn't on Steam. I feel like something like that should definitely be a thing, like this game should be on Steam. I feel like the reason why they probably haven't added their game to no service of like Epic Games, Steam, or whatever, it's probably because they know that the game will probably get bad ratings. But I'm like, why would that stop a person? I'm saying it's like it probably would be a lot harder to find ratings for this game. I guess, like, you know, you'll see some videos on YouTube where people are playing the game and it looks like they're having fun. But I feel that genuine ratings, like ratings that you actually can believe, or just more so like the review, like, yeah, like ratings, reviews, all that stuff, like if there's just a go-to answer for it. Because my thing is this, I can go Google it right now. It starts Citizen a good game. I'm going to come across 100 million articles of people saying the game is good, the game is bad, the game is amazing, this game is horrible. I'm not going to know what to believe. And that's one thing that I always will pay attention to with Steam, is that if a game is if it's like very positive and above, then that's how I know that it's a good game. Now, there are games that I played where it's been in the very positive mark and I didn't like it, and I'm like, and it's probably just because I'm not good at the game. That's something that I can admit. But I feel that the reason why Star Citizen doesn't exist on Steam, it might be a money thing, it might be a contract, might be whatever, but I'm like, this game has pretty much been in early access for the past 10 years. I'm going to say that this game came out in 2014. So this game's been out for the past 10 years. And you mean to tell me that this game has still been in the alpha stage since then? To where you're dealing with long loading screens. I got stuck in my character's bed as soon as the game started, and I think I was just doing a tutorial. See, that's what I mean by like video games where they want to just be online only. Do you honestly think that that's gonna work? Especially where it's like, because that's something that I see a lot with this game is that the developer comes out with these, like, you gotta like buy ships which are actual money. They got these different like editions of the game, and I guess the developer has those things so they can have more money to fund the game. And my thing is this: if you want people to buy into this game, the game has to work. That's something where I don't even feel like it's disrespectful. That's just something that people got to know. It's like, you got to ask the developer that question when you grew up playing video games, or even from like 10, 15, 20 years ago, talking on PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. I'm saying, did you play games that were unfinished? Because if not, why do you think people want to play your game and it's unfinished? That's something where I'm like, look, I get that you overall want this game, like you want money to fund this game and all that stuff. If that is the case, then I'm like, bruh, you're gonna have to showcase some stuff that's going to make the game playable, make the game fun. I got into that game and I'm like, fam, it just seems like that there's no real purpose within the game. Like, it just seems like a game where it's like, it's meant to just be tested out. It ain't meant to sit down and play for a long period of time. Maybe people have sat down and played the game for a long period of time, but I'm like, are they really are they genuinely having fun with the game, or are they saying that because they're buddy with the developer? I feel like that there are at times where it's like people, they're not allowed to talk bad on the game because they might be on some situation where they might get sued, or the developer might sue them for defamation of their game. And I'm like, okay, well, my thing is this: if you don't want, because that's one of the main reasons why I had to say that I don't really, I'll test out a game, I'll play it, but I'm gonna let the developer know right then and there, I'm not having fun with this game. So if I'm gonna just say that for any and every developer out there, if you send me your game to test out, you best believe I'm gonna give you an authentic opinion on your game. Because that's something where I'm like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, yeah, maybe the game isn't. No, I'm going to tell you flat out, that game is not fun. And that's something that I can say about Star Citizen. There is nothing fun about that game. A game that's something that just really trips me out, is that this game's been in the alpha stage since then, since 2014, 2015, whatever the game. I'm, again, gonna say 2014. Come it's like, why don't they just have like a thing like, when did Star Citizen come out? I wish they just had like how long has been in development. Over a decade. Okay, so the game's been been in development for over a decade. And I'm like, my thing is this: there's games that have came out within this year, fully developed. There's games that came out last year, fully developed. There's games that came out the year before that, fully developed. Yeah, there are some games where it's been in the early access for a long period of time, but at least the game is playable. For an example, 7 Days to Die. That's a game where I've played a little bit of it, and I ain't have no issues, I ain't have no problems and all that stuff. I played that game, but the game at least works. I don't get why we can't have that same exact thing for Star Citizen. That's something where I'm like, there's a game that I played that reminds me of Star Citizen called Spaceborne 2. And I don't know how many people are working on Star Citizen, but I know for a fact that Spaceborne 2 only has one developer behind that game. And you mean to tell me this man done came out? When did the first one come out? Let me check that real quick. I gotta, because I do have Steam open. Okay. He came out with the first one in 2020, and then he came out with the second one last year. Both games, it's actually, Well, no, never mind. No, never mind. I was about to say, no, I think the game is, both games. You can actually get both games, and it'll probably be, cheaper than space. But yeah, I think it is cheaper. I'm doing the math. I'm like, no, I think it is cheaper. It might be like a few dollars, less, but it's like, at least you're getting two games. And then with Star Citizen, it's like, I am paid $40 for this game, and I don't even know if I'm going to get my money back. Because, no, I requested a refund. That was one thing that I did about that game, is that I requested a refund because I'm like, no, I do not want to. My thing is this. If that's the case, where if I'm stuck with this game, I am going to do videos. I'm going to do podcast episodes. I'm going to do TikToks. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this developer to fully release this. No, get it out of alpha, get it to a fully released stage, get it to where the game works, have it to where overall it's like, that's one thing that I don't like right now with gaming, is that people come out with video games and they don't listen to the audience. They don't listen to the fans. It's like, unless there's like an uproar of attention with the game, like Helldivers, what are some other games? Gray Zone Warfare, what are some other games? Or even the day before, and that game got shut down. I'm like, okay, if it's a situation where if that has to happen, where a game got to get shut down in order for us to be heard, then so be it. But it's like, I am so sick and tired of video games coming out and then developers thinking, oh, we just gonna sit it out. I have even played, there's probably people that have played Star Citizen a lot longer than I have, and it might be a situation where they are having fun with it. It might be a situation where they're not having fun with it. I'm not trying to spend any more days with this game if the game ain't gonna work properly. So that's why I'm all like, look, to the developers, I wish you nothing but the best for your game, but that game ain't ready. That game is not ready for the public. That should have been on some stuff where it's like a closed beta or something. But I'm like, that game is not ready for the public. So it might be for some people where that game works properly, but for me, for my own personal experience, and I don't know, maybe it's my PC, maybe it's where I'm at, maybe it's whatever, I don't know, but I got a faulty copy. But my thing is this, stuff like that should not exist, bro. It should not exist. And that's even talking back to the developer, where it's like, did you play games like that last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, however long ago, getting back to like PlayStation 2, Xbox 360 era, did you play games that were unfinished? Especially, I feel like Xbox 360, that might have been around the time when they started having it where games got updates and all that stuff. Maybe, don't really remember and stuff, but if not, then during that time frame where games wasn't getting updates, especially during the PlayStation 2 era, but were you playing games back then, PlayStation 2, OG Xbox, Nintendo, GameCube, all that stuff, were you playing games that were unfinished? What game did you play from that time frame that was unfinished? Because my thing is this, I can tell you right now, I played well over 100 PlayStation 2 games. All of them finished. Levels added. Games, no glitches. They like no bugs, no nothing. And I'm like, if there was any bugs or glitches in the game, it's something that you can laugh about. I'm not going to laugh about if I just started the game and my character's stuck in the bed and I can't move and I can't do nothing. What sense does that make? Like, it's stuff like that where I'm all like, fam, has there ever been a time, asking the developer, has there ever been a time, where you got stuck in the bed and you couldn't do nothing? Because if that was the case, Star Citizen wouldn't even be out right now. So why is that an issue in the video game? And I know that there has to be, let's just look it up right now. Because if I look that up, then I'm like, fam, my thing is this. You're only, maybe they might be working on that other game. I don't know. But let's just see. Stuck in bed. It's like, as soon as I put in stuck in bed, I didn't even put the D yet in bed. Stuck in bed, Star Citizen. Other people last year have dealt with this issue. You mean to tell me this issue has been going on since last year? And let's just see. Yeah, no, not even last year. There's like 2021, 2022, and 2023. And I guess I'm 2024. How is it that for the past 4 years now, people are experiencing this issue and you guys aren't even doing anything to fix it? I'm saying, like, you have to understand where I'm coming from. Stuff like that ain't gonna make sense to me. Especially it's one thing if I just got into video games. If I just got into video games, then this is what I would expect with a video game. But I know that there are games that have came out where I've played them and I haven't got stuck in no bed. I haven't got stuck. I think there's like one new game that I played where it was a situation where I was stuck. But guess what? And maybe that might be the situation with Star Citizen, but Spider-Man 2. I remember there was a situation where Spider-Man couldn't hit people. All I just had to do was just exit out the game, start back, got through the mission, beat the whole game. So I'm saying, it's like, if there's developers, and I feel like with Star Citizen, that game's been out a lot longer than the Spider-Man series and stuff. They done came out with 3 fully functional Spider-Man games since, 2018, 2019? When did that first Marvel Spider-Man game come out? Hold on for a second. 2018. And you mean to tell me you guys had a 4 to 6 year head start on this game? Because I did see where the game's been in development since 2012, but I think it was supposed to, it was either got released or supposed to get released in 2014. I don't really know, but my thing is this. You had a 4 to 6 year head start on this game, and you mean to tell me that 3 fully functional Spider-Man games, even 2 of the games being re-released on PC, you mean to tell me, and I'm saying maybe, I don't know, I wonder how many people are working on Star Citizen. How many people are working on Star Citizen? That's a question. That's a genuine question. So this is something that they say on Google. So there's like, on top of Cloud Imperium Games, in-house studios, many contractors and partners have contributed into the project. In 2012, what does that even mean? CIG has a total of 695 staffs, 512 of whom were developers. As of July 2023, 1,100 CIG staffs are working on Star Citizen, not counting third parties. Okay, how many people worked on Spider-Man? Let's delay this one. Who worked on Spider-Man? All right, how many? Okay, so let's just see how many developers are working in Insomniac Games. Developer Insomniac Games has grown to over 520 employees. You guys have, as of July 2023, 1,100 employees. Insomniac Games has less than half than that. My thing is this. How is it that a company with less developers, and then even talking on Spaceborne 2 with 1 developer, manages to come out with multiple games, and you guys are still working on it? No, the crazy thing about it, the game is still in alpha stage. The thing is this. People have been playing this game for years. I have played this game only for a few minutes. And you mean to tell me, look, bruh, that's something where if I'm the developer, that definitely would hit me. That's the thing that I personally feel with what I'm saying right now, that it's not fully getting through to the developer. And that's why I feel like at times I have to say disrespectful stuff. I am going to try my hardest to not say disrespectful stuff, but the developer has to understand that for you to be working on this game since 2012, 20 whatever, okay, however long you've been working on this game, for you to only be in the alpha stage, and this game's been out for over a decade, that alone would upset me. That alone would get to me. And I still feel like that everything that I am saying is not getting through to the developer. I feel like that here's the thing. The only way I feel that personally that this people would overall, like, if this, what I'm saying right now, were to get through the developer, is if not even multiple, everybody that's playing the game right now. Because that's a genuine question for the developer. And I'm not trying to hear no crap like, oh, that would never happen. No, genuinely, answer this question. What would you do if everybody stopped playing the game right now? Because if that's the time that you want to wait until you want to come out with some stuff to fix up this game, that's far too late. So that's the mindset that you got to be in right now. If you want people to play this game, the mindset that you have to be in is that everybody just stop playing this game and you got to gain the fans back. But if that's not the case, then this game's going to probably be in development for another 10 years, 10 years after that, 10 years after that, and 10 years after that. There's going to probably be 100 more Spaceborne games, 1,000 more Spider-Man games, and all these other different games. I'm probably going to be long and gone away from Earth right now. Whenever, now I don't want to say right now. I know I ain't trying to put that out in existence, but long and gone, old age, elderly, whenever that will be and stuff. But the thing is, the game's still gonna be an alpha stage. I'm saying it's like, that's no. Somebody in the, and this is, I'm like, I really tried my hardest to avoid saying something disrespectful, but at the same time, somebody needs to be fired. Somebody seriously needs to be fired because this game ain't going in no direction whatsoever. None whatsoever. That is something that I'm willing to bet money on. If a game's been in development for that many years, over a decade, there is literally nothing else you can do to this game. Maybe add it to Steam, maybe add it to Epic Games, consoles, whatever you guys want to do to it. But me personally, a game that's been in development for over 10 years, I wonder, they probably don't even have like a thing where it tells you how many games that came out in 10 years. Let's just see if there's a question, or like, yeah, somebody might have asked that. How many games came out in the past 10 years? Wait, I messed up. 10 years.
If you're an athlete, you know the greatest motivator of all is the fear of letting your teammates down. After all, a team is only as good as its weakest link. So you owe it to those wearing the same jersey as you to be your best every time you step on the field. That's why there's no vape in Team. When you vape, you can expose your lungs to toxic chemicals that can damage your lungs. If you're a step behind, the team's a step behind. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Video games by year. How many video games? So 2021. Okay, so they kind of have like two more rows. What is this? Why is this don't even look like the same website? Okay, yeah, let's just go ahead, move on, or go back to the original thing. So 2018. So this is Steam games. 8,000 indie games, 182 AAA and AA games. 2019, another 8,000 indie games, 177 AA and AAA games. 2020, 9,000, over 9,000 games and 192 indie games, and then 192 AA and AAA title games. And then 2021, 11,000 indie games and 151 AA and triple title games. That's a lot. That to me, that is a lot. And you mean it? That's just from 2018 to 2021. That ain't including all the years beforehand and even afterwards. And you mean to tell me all these games done came out? Maybe some of those games might work, maybe some of those games don't work. But I done played a lot of different video games that work. And that to me, I'm like, whether they've been a cheaper price or a far more expensive price, but they at least work. That's a game where I'm like, no, Star Citizen, it's, in my opinion, you guys had your times and opportunities, but unless you do something like good this year with the game, where it's like releasing it into beta, coming out with some stuff, making the game solo friendly, just having it where the game is playable. If you guys ain't trying to do that this year, next year, give up. Give up, shut the studios down, give people their money back, whatever the situation may be. But it's like that game, it ain't in no position of being released. So anyways, with that being said, I know people will probably be all like, oh, you only played the game for a few minutes. My thing is this: if I had all this to say in a few minutes, imagine if I played that game for hours. Bro, I'm telling you, I would have had a whole series. That's just from what I experienced. There's probably all these people across the world that then experience this game for the first time or however many times, and they probably feel worse than how I feel right now. So that's why I'm like, nah, man, if I had this much to say just in the few minutes that I played, if I played this game for hours, or if I try playing this game anymore, I guarantee and I promise you, I'll probably have a whole channel with hundreds, if not thousands of videos dedicated on talking about Star Citizen. But anyways, with that being said, and I'm going to just go ahead, call it with this episode. So, thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on a podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.